Welcome to Today on 2. It is Tuesday, the 23rd day of April, a beautiful sunshiny day.
Yep.
Should be a gorgeous day today, and I'm already tired of doing yard work.
Oh, really?
Had enough of it.
Oh, gosh, it's just April. Ooh, you are in trouble.
My attitude is if you can't do it on a riding lawnmower, then it doesn't need to be done.
So no pruning, no trimming, no sweeping, no blowing, no weed eating.
No,
Oh,
I dislike all of that stuff.
Oh, man.
And I'm tired of it already.
Oh, goodness. Well, I have actually bought some plants, but I haven't planted them yet. And if I don't get them in the ground, then I might go buy more plants. So I need
Today
to
will be
hurry
a
up.
good day.
Yes, it would.
Today will be a good day for that. Let's check the weather forecast, brought to you by Mitch Smith Chevrolet on Cherokee Avenue. The Weather Almanac for the 23rd of April. The average high temperature is 77. The average low is 48. The record high, 88 in 1963. The record low, 29. That's hard to imagine, isn't it? 29 on the 23rd of April, 1986. Sunset this evening at 7:25 and sunrise tomorrow morning, 5 minutes after 6. There's the satellite picture. They're still getting snow in the Midwest. The end of April.
Yeah.
Wow. Here's the satellite picture for our part of the country. It looks pretty good. Here's the forecast for today. Sunny and breezy, high near 70. Still not up to normal. Cloudy tonight, 20% chance of rain after midnight, low of 59. Tomorrow morning, a good chance of rain. 80% chance of rain tomorrow, high of 65. Then 67 Thursday, 73 Friday, 71 Saturday, 70. We still don't get up to normal.
No.
Isn't that incredible?
Yeah.
It's just going to snap and be in the 80s one of these days.
It is.
Bypass a lot of good spring days.
We've been talking. Well, actually, I guess we should consider these nice, kind
Well,
of
that's
chilly
true.
spring days, but still nice days, and so really shouldn't complain too much,
Yeah.
should we? Yeah.
We have been talking about Fest Hall. It has been open now for
Yes.
2 or 3 weeks. They have strawberries.
I saw them with my own eyes. I did. And the bread lady's back, the sourdough bread lady. So I was able to get some last Tuesday. Yeah. But they've got all kinds of great things. They do have bedding plants and nursery stock available, and they do have some flowers. But like you said, they do have some other things as well, like the strawberries and then the sourdough breads there. And she makes such a great loaf for that. And they are open on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays from 8 until 3. And actually, you could probably even go by there a little earlier than 8, like if you're on your way to work, because I did that the other day, and they were open. So, but anyway, stop by, support those people. It's locally grown, it's fresh, it's good for you. So go by there and check that out, either on the way to work or on the way during lunch or on the way home from work or something. But anyway.
One of the vendors on Saturday had green leafy things.
Green leafy things like that you would plant in the, plants?
No.
Or like mustard green kind of leafy things?
No.
Okay, you just know they're green leafy things.
I was for strawberries, and I saw, there's green leafy things here, too.
Yeah.
Maybe they're plants. I don't know if they're edible or not.
Yeah, probably they were plants.
Maybe
I don't
so.
think it's the
I don't
season
know.
for mustard greens or any of that kind of stuff yet. So, yeah, I know. Horticulturist you are not. I'm
No.
sorry, but that when it comes to that, no, that's not your forte.
No.
You either ride over it with the riding lawnmower or destroy it because you don't want to have to mess with it.
That's right. Okay, let's see. Who's our Facebook friend of the day for today?
Well, it looks like Heather Bivens is our Facebook friend of the day, and she likes Coleman County Schools and the Smoky Mountains. It almost looks like she is in the Smoky Mountains right there. So cool. Very good. Well, thank you, Heather, for being our friend. And if you want to be a friend, all you have to do is just like us on Facebook, Channel 2, and spell out the number 2 Coleman.
And we have royalty with us today.
Yes, we do. When they come wearing a crown, you know it's going to be a good day.
That's right.
Yes, Miss Rebecca Long is the new Miss Wallace State 2013, and we're going to visit with her today. And actually, she even had a police escort up here. I was really impressed. I was really impressed.
That's right.
So anyway, we're excited to have her here today. We're going to visit with her, find out all about her.
George Spear is here with news and commentary coming up next.
At Premier Bank, we are very proud of the long-lasting relationships we have with our customers. We'll go on almost anywhere to meet your banking needs.
Overwhelmed by home refinancing offers from telephone solicitors and direct mail advertising, and then find you're not qualified for a specific plan? The Mortgage Center, a hometown lender, compares the rates from all home loan lenders and the qualifications of the various government programs to find a plan best suited to you. The Mortgage Center helps Cullman County people purchase and refinance their homes.
This is Pat Newton. Call us today and let us tailor a loan program to your specific needs and requirements.
Meet the KitchenAid 36-inch induction cooktop. It might just change the way you cook. Induction technology heats the pan and not the cooking surface to offer you a new level of precision, speed, and energy efficiency. 9 settings give you different levels of heat to achieve precise temperatures and amazing responsiveness. Water boils in just seconds, making this the fastest to boil induction cooktop available. The KitchenAid 36-inch induction cooktop.
Life lived in black and white is not a life lived. Today, I choose color. To see it. To feel it. To be in it. To be upon it. And to live a life surrounded by it. Today, I put on a fresh coat.
Time for a news and comment on a Tuesday. Seems like now most news is tainted and or certainly includes a lot of the terrorist aspect of our society. You had the Cullman Times is full of stories this morning regarding the CRMC bomb threat that was called in Sunday evening, and they have a few more pieces of information regarding 33-year-old Jeremy Lewayne Lang, who they say had just escaped Sunday evening from an Arab jail, and in turn was what authorities believe was he was trying to create a diversion. You know, he had in fact been recently extradited from Florida on domestic violence warrants, and he had called a girl in Holly Pond to tell her he was going to do her harm, and I don't know that if he said he was going to kill her or not, but I guess that's debatable. But nonetheless, he was headed in her direction. He had hitched a ride. Now, isn't that amazing? On a Sunday evening, you're going to give somebody a ride. You know, it makes you wonder how. I don't even like the idea in the daytime, much less at night nowadays with all the meanness going on out there. But he was en route. Apparently had a gas can and a hose and a lighter, and was going to. Now he had been convicted, I guess, of arson also in years past, and as a result, he was on his way to Holly Pond to get to this girl to cause her harm, and that's when. Now check this out. See, you don't have to be real smart to realize if you use a cell phone, everybody's got you nailed. They've got you nailed. And if you make a couple of phone calls to hospitals to threaten, you know, say you got a bomb threat, you get ready, don't you think authorities can track your phone? I mean, he uses it to call the girl, too. I mean, in today's age, it's amazing what you can learn. You know, the helicopter that was flying over the house in Boston where that suspect number 2 was hiding, I can't pronounce that name, under the tarp on the boat. They used infrared. They could tell he was laying there. You know, nowadays, you are nailed. Look at all the cameras. You know, they're in a vicinity. And don't tell me that those cameras above those red lights aren't turned on or aren't capable of being used. I believe that we were told by Cullman authorities, city police, that those were monitoring device or something like that. I don't know. A camera is a camera, like a rose is a rose, I believe, you know. Nonetheless, a friend of mine, I was talking with him. He said, George, this is in regards to terroristic kind of things, right? He says, have you looked at the price of fertilizer? I know you're not a farmer. I said, no, I haven't even looked at the cost of fertilizer. He said, you need to check it out. He said, apparently it's not as easy to buy some of these things that we used to take so for granted in making a garden in the springtime. He said the cost of that nitrate, you know, and when you think about it, that's what Timothy McVeigh used, you know, was the fertilizer in the van and created that big blast. He said, a friend of mine, he's got some property out on the west side of town, and he said, here's this old nasty old pond. He said, and we were thinking, how are we going to get rid of that pond? Don't want to hire a guy with a road grader or a bulldozer to come here and open up the spring again and the stream, let it go through. He said, we thought we'd just try to do it the easy way. He said, so we dug a deep hole, about 4 or 5 feet deep. He said, then we put some fertilizer down in there. And then there's some dynamite and some of this and some of that. He said, and so we thought we'd set it off. So we got back behind a tree, and he said the whole ground shook. He said the rocks, everything. It was like a big bomb, which is basically what it was. And he said when the big boulder stopped falling and we were through dodging those things, he said there's a hole that's twice as big as the pond, and so now I've got a small pond and a bigger pond. So that's the kind of thing you have to be careful with whenever you're dealing, I guess, with all those, who would have thought, when we were kids, we were out there in the garden working out at West Point, Missionary Grove, who would have thought, I think he's giving you a cue, who would have thought that all that fertilizer, was going to be a situation to where years later could be used in other purposes. In Birmingham, WIAT CBS 42 off the air last night for a while. I'm not sure what the reason was. I noticed this morning they're back on. But if you're a favorite of those, then they're back and running again. What started out as an effort by President Reagan to help poor people in rural areas have a phone in cases of emergency, this is during Reagan's time, an effort to try to help folks in rural areas. And now it's mushroomed into what people call the Obama phone, and it's a whole new welfare program. This cost has gone from $143 million a few years ago for the Obama phones that you see all these advertisements for, and you get letters in the mail. Now it's $2.2 billion in cost. And Republican Louisiana Senator David Vider says that cost is 15 times what it was, and not only that, they want to expand this. And why does the FCC care, right? Why do they care? The FCC wants to provide now broadband. These phones, according to critics, these phones are used in drug deals. They're untraceable, these Obama phones. Isn't it amazing how ridiculous our society has gotten in terms of what we expect government to do for us? And I don't know. There's our pastor Sunday said, he says, if you don't work, don't worry. The government's going to take care of you one way or the other. And he's right. Stay tuned. More of Today on 2 after this.
But we don't make stuff. We make ovens. Dual fuel, double ovens. And they bake so evenly that now delicious is something you can depend on. We only make things for one room. The best room. Your kitchen. We're devoted to it. And you can feel it in everything we make. Nobody knows the kitchen like KitchenAid.
Overwhelmed by home refinancing offers from telephone solicitors and direct mail advertising, and then find you're not qualified for a specific plan? The Mortgage Center, a hometown lender, compares the rates from all home loan lenders and the qualifications of the various government programs to find a plan best suited to you. The Mortgage Center helps Cullman County people purchase and refinance their homes.
This is Pat Newton. Call us today and let us tailor a loan program to your specific needs and requirements.
At Premier Bank, we take pride in serving our community. We respect our customers, and we've won awards for our ethical conduct. We're motivated to do all we can for you, and we're interested in your banking needs. We're efficient, safe, and sound, and our relationships with our customers are second to none.
At Premier Bank, we put the customer first.
Let's give away some stuff.
Some stuff? Okay.
Stuff.
All right, let's try.
See what kind of stuff we have to give away today. We have the bag of assorted apples from Steel Orchard. We have 2 cupcakes from Frosting's Bakery. Those are the prizes for today. We're going to ask you a question about one of these advertisements. So let's look at our ads for today. Starting with Dairy Queen, sweet deals are available. Pick any 3 of these items and pay just $4.44 at Dairy Queen.
Medical Arts Apothecary, located right there on the corner, 1 block south of the Coleman Courthouse, caring for you and about your family. Personalized care at Medical Arts Apothecary.
Fitness opportunities at the Wellness and Aquatic Center. The full fitness center is available with weights, cardio, and professional training. They have a variety of aerobics, cycling, and Zumba classes.
And Baldwin Counseling Center. Dr. Howard Rogers is going to be here tomorrow to talk about weight loss, individual family counseling, lifestyle coaching, whatever it is, he's got it. Baldwin Counseling Center.
Auto Tech, foreign and domestic auto repair and service. See David Methvin in Vinemont, County Road 1354, beside Ridgemont Community Church.
And Mullins Body Shop, you've counted on them for over 50 years now for auto body repair and for towing. And you know what? You can count on them today. They've been around for that long. Definitely know that they're trustworthy.
Mr. Hicks Menswear is your headquarters for tuxedo rental. Your formal wear from a trusted source. Available at Mr. Hicks on Compass Way by Doug Doggett Jewelers.
And Renard's Gallery and Gifts, where they have jewelry available and prints for sale and all kinds of nice little gifts and some clothing. And they do a fantastic job of framing. That's Renard's Gallery and Gifts.
There we go with some of our merchant ads. Question for today: which advertiser is a block south of the courthouse? We just did that one, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
Just did that one a couple of ads ago.
Yep.
Which business is located a block south of the courthouse? 256-734-7399 is our telephone number. And we have the bag of assorted apples from Steel Orchard and 2 gigantic cupcakes from Frosting's Bakery. Even I struggle to eat one.
Really?
Never would I try 2.
Wow. Well, then you could share with a friend.
You could share with probably 2 or 3 friends. Those are big
Cut
cupcakes.
them in half, huh? You could, 4
wow.
of you could eat some.
Yeah, you get your money's worth there. Question again: which advertiser is located a block south of the courthouse? Remember, just one winner per household within a 30-day period of time, and we're just about out of time for our phone calls for today.
Yep.
Let's look at the rest of our merchant ads. This time we start with the H. Chance Christian Bookstore. They have lots of items for kids. We talk about the adult items quite often, but they have puzzles, games, books, children's stories, and adult fiction starting at just $5.
People's Tires Brake and Alignment Center has daily specials every day. And, of course, the ladies on Tuesday can get their tire rotation at half price, located right there at 1107 Catherine Street.
Spring blooms with the colors of Sorelli. Sorelli Jewelry, available at Doug Doggett Jewelers. New items coming in each and every day. Doug Doggett Jewelers, that's why you shop there.
And Deb's Bookstore is your hometown bookstore just down the road. New books are 20% off every day. Used books are half price off every day. She has such a great selection, just thousands of books.
Bridgestone and Firestone tires are available at Tires for Less, located on Highway 31, 2nd Avenue North. See Greg and the guys at Tires for Less.
And the difference is not when you open their bottle, but it's when you open their door. And this is Borden Family Pharmacy right there on Highway 157. And, of course, they also can provide some immunizations. They're a good neighbor pharmacy.
Smart Stretch, available at Uniform Place. This is Landau brand, made better. New breathable, comfortable, durable fabric at Uniform Place.
And Earl's Body Shop. Of course, they can do large and small towing, local or long distance, and it is a body shop. So if you have a fender bender, these are the guys you want to go see at Earl's Body Shop.
Those are the merchant ads we have for today. We don't have any birthdays to talk about for today.
Okay.
So let's see. Coming up next, we will introduce you to the newly crowned Miss Wall Estate, Rebecca Long.
At Premier Bank, we're a bit old-fashioned. We actually answer the telephone when you call. However, old-fashioned doesn't mean we aren't up to date. With the latest technology, Premier Bank meets the various needs of our customers. Mobile smartphone banking, internet banking, ATMs, convenient offices. At Premier Bank, we have the right products right now with good old-fashioned customer service. At Premier Bank, we put the customer first.
Fire, accident, storm, they all happen in Coleman County. And for 3 generations, Night Free Insurance has been there for you. Continuing today with Elliott and Westcott Free, customizing your life, home, auto, and business insurance with auto owners. Call Westcott, Elliott, Judy, Tina, Angie, or Karen. Night Free Insurance, where people are the difference.
And we're back once again, and we're going to visit with Miss Wallace Day 2013, Miss Rebecca Long. Welcome to the program, Rebecca.
Thank you very much.
Now, is this the first pageant you've participated in, or has this been something you've been doing for a long time now? Or
Well, I did high school pageants,
okay,
but they were nothing as large as the Miss Alabama organization. Okay. Miss Wallace State was my very first preliminary. Okay. I entered for scholarship money. Had no expectations of winning at all.
Wow.
So it was totally for scholarship money. I was very blessed to win and get the scholarship to Wallace State. So this is kind of my first rodeo for the Miss Alabama organization.
Okay. And so then the next step is to go ahead and participate in that as well, right?
Yes, ma'am, the Miss Alabama pageant.
Okay. And when will that take place?
It's June 5th through the 8th at the Sanford Wright Center.
So you don't have a whole lot of time to prepare for it then, do you?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
Just a few short months.
Okay.
And there's a lot to do in those few short months.
Right. Now, how does that interfere with scholastics and stuff, your school works? Does it make it a little more difficult to...
It does. You really have to prioritize and figure out, you want your academics to come first, of course.
Sure.
And then you have to sacrifice some social events that you might want to go to because you have preparation for Miss Alabama, paperwork to fill out, wardrobe to acquire. So.
Okay. And then, of course, there again, it's another scholarship type program, right?
Yes.
If you should win.
Yes, ma'am. There is a lot of scholarship opportunities within the Miss Alabama organization.
Okay, very good. Now, what's your talent?
I dance.
You dance?
Yes, ma'am.
And I was asking you earlier, what kind of dance do you do?
Jazz dance.
Okay. And you've been doing it for how long now?
About 16 years.
Okay.
Since I was 3.
So is Daddy feeling good about all that money he has spent on all those lessons has finally paid off?
I sure hope so.
And what is it about dance that you like? Apparently you must love it if you've been doing it for this long.
I can't imagine my life without it. I started when I was 3 and automatically picked up a love for it, and I've continued through, and all through high school. I competed and traveled across the country with national dance competitions, and I love everything about it. Just it keeps me athletically fit, and it's enjoyable. It's a way, dance has taken a turn, and now there's a lot of emotional background to it. You can do lyrical, and your emotions can come out through your choreography.
Okay. Now, do you ever watch Dances with the Stars? Do you ever get into
all
that?
the time? Yes, ma'am.
I do too. I love that show. My husband not so much, so I have to kind of sneak it, when he's not there. But I love the fact that they are so physically fit, and they're so capable of doing, and it's really hard work. Everybody sits back and goes, "Oh, big deal, it's a dance," but they really put a lot of hours into training and so forth when they do those, don't they?
Yes, ma'am, for sure.
And these are people that really, most of them have never really danced in their life, haven't they? So it's kind of a change. But okay, and what's your major in college?
I'm pre-nursing right now at Wallace State. I applied for nursing school about a month ago.
Okay.
So we will know if I'm accepted or not in June.
Okay, so all kinds of things could be happening in June for you, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, and nursing, that program at Wallace is a very, also very difficult program, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because we've known some people that have gone through it, and it's very stressful and so forth. So you really are going to have to prioritize, especially if for some reason you would become Miss Alabama or something like that. That'd be a lot on your plate, wouldn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, but I understand that really a lot of times it takes several attempts to get Miss Alabama, huh? I mean, it's not something that...
Usually, whoever wins has competed prior 2 or 3 times, something like that.
3 and 4
but
years.
But doesn't mean that you can't win it the first
time. No, it does not. Definitely does not. But
Rebecca, tell us about your platform.
My platform is Locks of Love, and it's an organization that takes donated ponytails to make wigs for children that have lost their hair to cancer and to other medical illnesses. I started donating my hair when I was 12. My best friend's grandmother was diagnosed with breast cancer, and I saw firsthand the struggle that she went through in losing her hair and losing her self-confidence a little bit through that. So that summer, he and I both donated 10 inches of our hair, and since then I've continued to donate every other year, and now my total is up to 47 inches.
Wow, that's cool. So you're always going to have long hair for at least a while, huh?
Yes, it grows all the way down to my waist, and then I'll cut it off up to my shoulders, so I'm in the mid-stages right now between haircuts.
Now, is your hair one of those that grows pretty quickly?
Yes, ma'am. It grows very quickly.
Yeah, very good then. And and your color is very, very attractive. So I guess, can you color your hair when you're giving away Locks of Love?
Yes,
Will they let you do that? Okay.
You can color. They don't like bleached hair because it has a chemical reaction during the manufacturing process, and there can't be any foreign chemicals on the children's wigs because their immune systems are so low due to their medical status.
Okay. And you have nice, long, straight hair. What about women with curly hair?
Yes, absolutely.
Is that something that can be used as well, I would imagine?
Yes.
Huh?
For curly hair, well, when you donate it, you pull it back in a ponytail, and they cut it off right above the ponytail holder.
Right.
For women that have, or men that have curly hair, they can pull it straight to measure. There's a minimum of 10 inches for donations, but they can pull it straight and then cut it off.
Now, have you ever had an opportunity to see them make the wigs or any of that kind of stuff?
No, ma'am, not yet, but I would absolutely love to.
Yeah, that would be very interesting, wouldn't it? Yeah, okay. So going to Wallace State, do you like that?
Yes, love it.
And are you going to continue to stay there, or are you going to get a registered nurse, or what are you going to do with the nursing degree?
Yes, ma'am. I plan on getting my associate's degree at Wallace and then transferring to either UAB or the University of Alabama to get my bachelor's degree.
Very good, very good. Well, we wish you a lot of luck and good luck with the whole scholastic, your school part of it, as well as competing in this summer in Miss Alabama.
Thank you very much.
All right, nice having you here.
Thank you.
We'll have more of Today on 2 coming up next.
In the nation, our agents are always there, helping make sure that when your life changes, your nationwide insurance coverage changes too. We put members first because we don't have shareholders. Join the nation where protection is personal.
Nationwide is on your side.
And now it's time for our community billboards, brought to you by Pepsi and Coleman Jefferson Gas. Share Club Spring Tour of Homes is taking place this Sunday from 1 until 5. Tickets will be available at each tour home the day of the tour for $15. Proceeds from the tour benefit Hospice of Coleman County. And if you need more information, give them a call at 256-739-5185. And Contatini Dalla Donna.
Contanti Dalla
I never can say. I have this mental block against that. That's tonight, and it is a spring concert called Songs of Joy, and it's the music of the master composers, and that will be at St. Paul's Lutheran Church. It is free, and it starts at 7 o'clock. And the April Walking Tours every Saturday in April beginning at 10 a.m. It's guided by community historians, local stories are told, and printed programs are available. The tours begin at the Coleman County Museum, and this is also free. And if you have a community billboard you want to send us, you can email it to channel2 at channel2coleman@gmail.com, fax it to 256-734-7680, or be a friend on Facebook, Channel 2, spell out the number 2 Coleman.
The weather forecast brought to you by Mitch Smith Chevrolet. Make the switch to Mitch. It'll be sunny today, a high of 74. Cloudy tonight, slight chance of rain later on tonight, low of 59. 80% chance of rain tomorrow morning with a high of 65. And tomorrow, who's coming to see us?
Dr. Howard Rogers will be here. And we don't ever know. It's always a surprise whenever he comes to talk to us because we don't ever know what he's going to talk about.
That's right. And that's our program for today. Thank you for watching Today on 2.
I hope you have a great day.